Oh boy, it's time for more Dwarf Fortress. Hello and welcome to Dwarf Fortress. I think this is like part 5. Let me see. Now it doesn't matter. This is part whatever of Ledusen, Rackhelped. Our fortress, which is in a rather simple location, just in a little river valley area. Last time, we opened up the caverns again, and our military were able to fight off the few enemies which were down there, as well as our horde of like 23 monster hunters. We also had a problem with frame rates, because pathing dwarves weren't able to get to where they wanted to go to, which was a bit annoying, but we managed to sort that out. Also, I started building some instruments to place in the temple district down here. Though all of our instruments which we have access to are quite involved in their construction, so there's not an easy option to just spam out one. I think they kind of all require multiple parts. The instruments, along with quite a few things, well, the instruments in particular are randomly generated. If I believe they are. So the items they require specifically to build might be different in your game, as well as them being called different and so on. So this one, wooden drum with a leather head. Yeah. Oh, no. A leather earring. No. Oh, I see. That's right down the bottom of the list. Instrument pieces. Some of the items might need to be created in other workshops. I believe one of them requires a glass bit. So, yeah, as I was saying last time, it's nice if you've got an instrument which is just essentially like a one-bit wooden drum or something, or a pipe, like a flute, but I don't think we've got anything like that. Huge stationary silk-stringed instrument with a ceramic body. Oh, I don't think I've ever made anything out of ceramic in Dwarf Fortress. We have got clay, so I suppose I could do that. I believe you have to collect clay like you collect sand, which is, sand comes from these little, like, sand block squares which you see here. However, I believe it hasn't changed, so all you need is a single square of sand like this, and you'll have infinite sand. The block of the square of sand never runs out, so dwarves can just keep collecting it from the one square forever. And I believe if you want clay, you might have to do it the same way. You just have to collect clay from one of these clay squares here. I'm not too sure. As I said, I've never actually dealt with ceramics. It might be an interesting thing to explore. Oh, also last time, something which I hadn't done before, we had started making potash for the purposes of fertilizing our fields. We can see down here, I have it on fertilize, and fertilized is 5 out of 7, and seasonal fertilization is yes. So my dwarves will be refertilizing the various fields each season, as long as they have the potash. And that is something, because I remember, yeah, I ended last session, and it turned out I think we need more asheries. We have one over here. But we'll need more of them to keep up with the demand. I have one wood furnace here, which is burning logs to make ash. And then they need to take those ash bars to the ashery to make potash. Potash requires no other input other than just the ash bars. So yeah, but the one workshop is creating... I believe they created a larger than 1-to-1, so 1 bar of ash is able to make various bits of... a stack of potash bars? Maybe about 5? I'm not too sure, but I believe we are getting more potash than the ash we're putting in. Though, if we had another workshop or 2, we would be able to speed up production on that. We have ash bars accumulating down here. And I might actually put a bin there so that we can store a few more in that small workshop down there. So let's unpause. Hey, what's stinking up the hospital? What is this? Why is there miasma in here? Is someone ill? Ah. Disgusted after retching on miasma. What's your health? Nothing. What about Ast? What's your health? Nothing. Why is there miasma here? Did someone leave, like, food in here and it went off? There's an orange wooden bucket there. The miasma might be lying there because someone had left something, but someone's just gone and picked it up. Oh, there's a dwarf on the table there. Mark's dwarf, rest. Oh dear. You're not... If you're generating miasma, that's a bad sign. Diagnosis required. Okay. Great. So, we can see they have a number of injuries here. I'm just going to have to look up what the colors are, because I want to be precise on this. Injury. Wound. Okay. Okay, 5 different levels of injury in the game, ranging from none to complete loss. Shown using the default colors, they are as follows. White is none. Dark yellow is minor. Any damage that doesn't have functional structural consequences, might be heavy bleeding though. Yellow is inhibited. Any muscular, structural or functional damage without total loss. Light blue, or teal, is functional loss. An important function of the part is completely lost, but the part is structurally sound, or at least partially intact. Broken is red. The part has lost all structural integrity or muscular ability. And dark grey is missing. The part is completely gone. So... I believe you tend to see, like, teal or light blue on things like... If the dwarf has been paralyzed and their lungs have been paralyzed, then it will be like, the lungs aren't breathing and they can't breathe, and then they're going to be then they'll be struggling for breath, and then they'll pass out and they'll die pretty quickly. Primarily you see that happen from some poisons or venoms from poisonous creatures, venomous creatures rather, and syndromes which might cause that. Broken makes sense, you know, if your arm's broken. Inhibited. So that might be like a cut on it. Any damage that doesn't have functional structural consequences. Anyway. Hello, welcome. How long have I been playing? We've only really just started, just about 10 minutes ago. So yes, but this is a continuation. I think this is the 4th session I'm doing of Dwarf Fortress, or the 5th. Let's actually have a look. This is part 5 of this fortress. So, this dwarf here has, we'll say, a number of bruises on their arms, and their left hand has got a cut on it. That's possibly why the miasma is spreading. It's probably getting infected. If a dwarf could get on top of diagnosing that, that would be good. Chief Medical Dwarf, you're just sitting around in the hospital doing nothing. You've got a few bruises. Oh, you actually have Why does my chief medical dwarf has broken third finger and fourth toe? Okay, well, you're gonna have to diagnose yourself. Okay. Healthcare. Diagnosis, setting bones, suturing. You're just gonna be able to do everything. I think you're the most qualified one. And by me saying that, I mean we have no one else with any other medical skills. So you're as good as anyone else. Please don't misdiagnose and say that their possibly infected wound needs to be amputated. They can misdiagnose. I'm pretty sure they can. We should make some soap, actually. How do you make soap? You need ash, I think? We have a soap maker up here. Yes, soap maker. For soap from tallow. We need lye containing item. And unrotted tallow soap material producing glob. So yes, lye containing item and lye. It means the lye, since it's a liquid, is transported in a bucket. So we'll need a lye. Press the button. There we go. We'll need. How do we create lye? In the farmer's workshop, or is it in the? No, is it in the wood burners? Nope. Well, under there. Dye shop? Nope. Clothier shop? Nope, of course not. Ashery. There we go. Make lye. Make about 5 parts of lye. We're going to need to create some buckets for that as well. So you're creating barrels. Once you've started, finish that. Create a bunch of buckets. Store the lye in, and we'll be able to make some soap. Soap is important for the cleaning of wounds. Otherwise, as I said, they can get infected, and then you end up with nastier issues and possible necrosis. That dwarf looks like they're having a bad time spreading miasma. I kind of think the miasma might make it look worse than it actually is, but still. Animal trainer has become attached to an iron spear. Our military dwarves are training with their iron spears, and they're continuing to increase their skills. I'd also given the metalsmith's forge the task to create a bunch of everyone's cancelling their fertilizing fields. Where is it? Is there something here? I told the metalsmith to create a bunch of helmets. Have we actually created those helmets? Armor. We have iron mail shirts and iron breastplates. No, you have not. Have we run out of iron? Armor. Iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No. Needs refined coal. That's right. Smelter. We don't have any coal left. Damn it. Okay. Extend this out here. Like this. And up here. Actually, I could just do this, couldn't I? It'll be easier. There we go. And if I do this... I'll keep this passage here. Just because. I could have maybe a staircase going down there. We'll do that, and that, and that, and there, and there, and there. There we go. And that will do for another area to create stuff in. Though it's a bit of a fair distance from our iron shop. Actually, you know what? We could do this. I want a wood furnace. Create one there. Create another wood furnace. Create a glass furnace too, just so that we've got one. And a kiln. They're just underneath the forges. So they don't have to travel too far to be able to get the resources required. Okay, how's our mine going down here? Where is it? Not that far down. There it is. Okay, what have we got? Cassiterite. Ore of tin. Okay, well, that'll be useful for some goods. I'm going to show here a useful way to mine out areas of ore. Previously, if you've been doing it, you might, you know, just designate an area like this to be mined out. And that's fine, it's a large block. However, in one of the past versions, if we go have a look down here, we'll see it's got A designating all. If we press A, we can see it will change to auto mining ore gems. And we can differentiate it to designating ore gems, designating all. But we'll put it on auto mining ore gems. If we do this and highlight these ore bits here, and we can do it up here as well, and these gems over there, they're now highlighted green. If we leave this off and some of our miners go and mine them, which we'll see in a bit because they're busy with other work I've set currently up here, but they should actually mine those veins of ore, and they'll continue mining that ore vein out completely until they auto-designating any new bits of ore which are revealed, until there's no more ore bits which are connected to the vein which I told them to start mining at. So I don't have to keep going back and redesignating the veins of ore to be mined. They will just do it themselves automatically. It's very nice. Though it does mean you get meandering tunnels through your dungeon, or through your mine, but yeah. You can build walls and all that, so it's not that big of a deal. Do we have 3? Store item in barrel. Why are you doing that? You're a miner. You got hauling jobs. Burial. Other jobs. Lever operation. Feed patients, prisoners, rescue. Why are you storing something in a bin when you don't have a job? When you don't have the What are you storing? No. Where are you? Broker. You're there. What are you storing? Pepper. But you're not on all food. You're only on burial. Why are you hauling food? Maybe it's because you were in the process of doing that? No, because I took you off hauling food ages ago. Whatever. Okay, have you finished building these down here? You have? Good. Wood furnace makes multiple bars of charcoal. We need more wood. Thankfully, a number of the trees which we had cut down have grown back. Perhaps. It looks like it. So we can cut down a few more. The trees are also a source of food for us, so I don't want to cut them all down. Oh, a gremlin! Drive it away! Where is it? Up there. That bright green G. A small humanoid creature with a mischievous, toothy grin. He is muscular, his nose is extraordinarily broad, he has a deeply recessed chin, his nose bridge is concave, his somewhat short head is broad, his ears are somewhat broad, his skin is green, his eyes are yellow. I think it's similar to the gremlins in Ultima series. And when you kill them, they turn into food. I think the gremlins act like Kias. They sort of just wander around trying to steal your stuff. Though there is an interesting mechanic with the gremlins, which I've never seen actually created. Is it part of the gremlins, or is it something else? Gremlins are intelligent cavern creatures who are invisible until spotted, and cause various kinds of fun by stepping on pressure plates, pulling levers, opening cages, picking locks, and opening forbidden doors. You should prevent having gremlins and easily accessible self-destruct levers in the same fortress. One way of exploiting their lever pulling behavior is to have a lever that triggers a trap that kills the user when pulled. Gremlins possess a pet exotic token and can in fact be trained by your dwarves. They don't possess a pet value, which theoretically makes them worthless for keeping around your fort. I thought they had something like, do not eat normally. Apparently they're notably long-lived, with some living up to 1,000 years. Wow. Am I thinking of something else here? Let's have a look. Where is it? Gremlins. Am I thinking of... Where is it? Here we go. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking of another creature called gnomes, or dark gnomes. And there's an alcohol called gnome blight, which is extremely toxic to them, causing necrosis if somehow applied to them. It's very odd. Anyway, so yes, it's a gremlin. Hey, he's actually pestering one of my dwarves. Oh, that's a monster slayer. Overwhelmed by horror. Death is all around us. The horror! She is horrified after seeing a gremlin die. She is annoyed, dwelling upon being accosted by cave spiders. Well, she's wandering around down there killing things. Her nose is incredibly upturned. Her hair is clean shaven. Her nose bridge is somewhat concave. Overall, normal is unfocused by unmet needs. Yeah, okay. How's your health? Fine. Well, I believe you actually just killed the gremlin. Yep, 1 kill, 1 gremlin. Congratulations. That took no effort on your part. Though you did get upset by killing the gremlin. Everyone's got to kill something at some point. I mean, if you're a monster hunter, that is. Oh, Mason had a baby. I cancel creating a table. It's just like, I'm working on this table. Oh wait, I just had a baby. Let me have a look for it. There it is. Okay, now we're back to work. I know dwarves are pragmatic, but... Reminds me of ages ago there was a mod for Dwarf Fortress that's made at Warhammer. I remember it added things like Warpstone and you could play as Skaven, which was interesting. I think you could play as dwarves and they had runes which allowed you to add like effects to items, as well as increasing the value of increasing the quality of armor by adding runes to it. I think. I should check whether that's still going. Oh, that sounds really cool. There's a variety of mods for Dwarf Fortress, and I haven't kept up with them for years, but some of the simpler ones just allow you to play as some of the other races in this, because it is possible to change the config files, and instead of embarking with dwarves, you can embark with humans, or elves, or goblins, or kobolds. And they work. They might not be as fleshed out as dwarves are, but... And they play kind of the same as dwarves, because the game's not made really to play as an elf, but... I think I remember with that Warhammer mod, I think I embarked one time as Chaos, and you had like cultists as your basic workers. And then you'd have like Chaos Warriors as your soldiers, and they were really tough. Hard to remember. I should look into that. Anyway, right, I was going up here and I was... Actually, I don't need that anymore because I built all the wood furnaces and all that down here. So... And you're not making any. Do I need another wood burner? Hello, welcome, welcome. Who's the lucky dwarf who's going to become a wood burner? Who's wandering around doing nothing? You're sleeping. You peasant, you have no job. Congratulations. It's under farming, isn't it? Wood burning. There we go. Also, you can have lye making as your job because that's the whole process I'm trying to set up. You're farming in fields. You can have wood burning and lye making as well. You also have milling and brewing, but I think we have a bunch of brewers. My fort reminds me of the old days. Is that a good thing? 40D days. Well, I have been playing since like 38C or something, so the layout of my fortress hasn't really changed too much from then. Perhaps I should. My way of doing things is not exactly efficient because I tend to stick everything on the 1Z level. Though I didn't play when it was just 1Z level, but having a more vertical fortress would help with efficiency. What are we doing? Was it 38C? 31C maybe, or something like that. I don't know. Okay, well, are you making that charcoal now? You are, good. We actually have some. Oh, do I need more lignite? Where's some more lignite? We just go down like 2 levels. And, mine a bunch of it. Where is some? Is that lignite? No, that's black pyro. Lignite. Ooh. Down again. Let's check this layer. Oh, come on. Oh, you're right. You have to remember to change the designated thing back, otherwise you'll be wondering why you can't mine anything. It's because you've got it on only mine ores, and there's no ores in your selection. Okay. I'm not going to be as fancy as to have them, like, set 2 blocks apart or anything like that. We'll just do some big channels. I've struck lapis lazuli. Ah, we can see the effects of my, designate gems and ore the dwarves are busy mining out these, and when they unveil another section of the ore, cassiterite in this example, it will automatically highlight it and they'll move on to start mining it. And I don't have to do anything. Efficiency. Automation. Incredible. Now, I was going to do something and set up like mine carts at some point, just to show it off. Which is partly why I'm digging these tunnels so wide. You're the only dwarf mining? You're still storing items in barrels! No, wait, why are you doing that? Burial, yeah, but... Unless you count sticking like... Oh! Oh dear. A vile force of darkness has arrived. That's not good. I didn't think... We're at war with anyone. Damn it. Where are they? Oh, they're down here. There's a few G's down there. Great. Well, goblins have arrived. Pause. We're under siege. Okay. Yep. Song Zusp Gaspaspo. Medium-sized humanoid driven to cruelty by its evil nature. And what they equipped with: iron crossbow, giant bat leather tunic, iron mail shirt, giant cave spider silk robes. Well, all of our animals are going to die because I never built a roof on top of their house. And we've got 10 military dwarves to fight off a large force. Okay, well, alerts active. Get into the burrow. Everyone's inside. No excuses. How's the army looking over there? It's difficult to see. There's a bunch of green G's down here. Actually, it doesn't seem like too many. How many are there? Oh, there's only 6 of them. Well, that's... I think we can handle that. Oh, and there's a jaguar as well. I wonder if our monster hunters will deal with them. Because if they help, we'll outnumber them. But they're all crossbowmen and bowmen. Or bow goblins? Crossbow goblins? Astruk, Strodno, Song, and Stasost. Perhaps goblins aren't the most imaginative with their naming. I wonder what song means in goblin. Well. Everyone's going inside, because I've restricted them to the burrow. Actually, I need to expand the burrow. Define this burrow. Because our fortress has since expanded since last time I defined it. So hey, any traders which would like to come right about now, that would be great. Traders come with their own guards, so oh yeah, you won't be able to get to a bunch of your bedrooms. Oh, you won't actually be able to get to the what's it called? The places of worship. There we go. And I can just do this. And I hope there's no holes in this place over here. That would be embarrassing. I was afraid that our first siege was going to end up being like 30 goblins and their trolls, but I suppose they're working up to that. Song means scourge in goblin. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, we also have that. That's fine. Okay. Well, everyone, get inside. Yeah, I know. I see you standing there at the door, wanting to get inside. Wanting to go outside, but no. Hold on. Zooming in. There we go. Okay, is everyone inside? You're not. You're a hammer dwarf. You're actually a monster slayer. Are you restricted by, burrow? Are they going anywhere? They're going up here. What's that? Oh, there's a jaguar. Oh, they're shooting at the jaguar. Yeah, pow. Pow. Come on. Center it. There we go. The jaguars run off. Yep, everyone's saying they can't get to where they want to go. They're probably trying to store, what's it called? Oh, they're probably trying to drop off the seeds. That's right. Last time I told my dwarves to dump a whole bunch of seeds, which we can't actually plant because they're seeds for trees, and that's not actually implemented, so... Are you killing that jaguar? Where is the poor thing? There it is. Lower body and right kidney are both broken. The jaguar is fighting. Flying copper bolt strikes the jaguar in the lower body, tearing the muscle and tearing the right kidney. Yeah. Stassost is the one who hit it. Oh, and they're shooting at a kestrel as well. Kestrel is propelled away by the force of the blow. Song. Amzulologu Goblin Crossbow. Has the tide turned? I feel no terror. Right upper leg, tearing apart the fat. And the kestrel is fighting. Okay, they're just shooting random wildlife around the place. I mean, this works for our benefit. If they're busy shooting jaguars and kestrels with their bolts, then they will hopefully run out of ammunition. We do have shields on our dwarves, though. Do we? I hope we do. Yes we do. You have an iron spear, you have a copper shield. You have a baby. I wish you didn't. You have an iron spear. You don't have a shield, however. Well, poops. Is everyone inside yet? What are you doing? You got no job? Why are you wandering around outside? Get inside! This is no joke. Wait. Excuse me? Who's bleeding all over the floor? Snowdub. Leward's goblin blood. Wait. What? Is there goblin blood inside? Did we get a goblin joining our fortress at some point? I might have accepted a goblin as a what's it called? Monster hunter at some point. Did he die? Snowdub. Smustuduzob. Goblin thief. Oh, okay, well. He snuck into my base and my dwarves beat the crap out of him. I forgot they have that. The goblin army, as well as the ones which we can see, also comes with invisible goblins or thieves, which sneak around the map until they're revealed. And they don't tend to last too long until when they're revealed. They actually have another side effect. I believe they will alert automatically the goblin force to any traps you may have set. So if you have like spear traps here or something, and you know the idea is the goblin force comes in here, triggers the spear traps, and get cut up by them. If a sneaking goblin thief goes over them, he like notes them, and the goblins won't actually set them off when they go over them, or something like that. I believe kobolds can do the same. But we haven't actually seen kobolds. So there's a goblin stinking up. Yeah, there's his body. Or her body. We actually get a nice amount of stuff from them. Giant cave spider silk tunic, Dwarf leather cap, and all this stuff is actually size appropriate for dwarves. So we'll unforbid all this. What do people call it? Goblins are a source of goblinite because they come with iron armor and weapons, and you can just like take all of this stuff when you kill them, and it's like an extra source of ore, or you know, materials. Okay, military. I want you to go in here, and that's everyone. I can command my military to go outside of the, Okay, they're attacking the, animals. No! Door taken by invaders. Retake door to forbid it. Damn it! They just waltzed through the door and they're killing my horses! Leave them alone! Oh jeez, someone's been injured. What was that? You've got a broken left lower leg and a left knee. He shot you in the leg. She's terrified while in conflict. Our time in the universe of wind is so brief. Begone, fear. She is afraid after experiencing trauma. She is horrified after seeing a goblin die. Well, her left leg is cut open. It's not bruised. It's not broken, so you won't have to be at the mercy of our completely unskilled, what's it called? Medical dwarf. No, they killed the duck! How dare you? Well, you're not actually doing too bad. Well done. I think you actually have managed to beat them off. We have! Aha! Siege has been lifted. Well done, and none of my military dwarves died. That's a 2 thumbs up from me. Ugh! Congratulations, Kia Kickers. You've done me proud. A bit of training we've managed to get in has paid off. However, one of our dwarves is injured. No, Buttery! You're going to have to, go to the hospital. And I'm going to need to get soap. Do we have lye yet? We have charcoal. We are making lye, so... build some pedestals and display their corpses. It is an idea. I think we can get their heads when they decay and stick their heads on spikes. No, and there's a horse which is injured. Or, is it a horse? It is. Oh. I don't think we can actually medically care for horses, or care for animals. Oh, what's that? Stray water buffalo bull. Right true ribs, right lung. Okay, well, oh, what's that? Farmer has been possessed. Oh, it's taken by a mood. Okay, alert, inactive. Yes, kickers are still on alert though. Burrow off. Everyone can go back doing what they wanted to do. We'll also DBC. And we'll claim all of these items which the goblins dropped. And yeah, how about that? We'll make some pedestals. Let's see. you actually do that? Or is it a constructed item? No. I haven't actually done that before. There we go, make wooden pedestal. There we go, we'll create 6. Oh, our mayor has mandated the construction of certain goods. What do you wish? 2 quivers. I think we can handle that. Do we have enough leather? Tanned hides. We have 15. Yes. Hey, we've got a bunch of Dwarf leather. That's pretty cool. Because we've been killing those down in the tunnels. So make 2 leather quivers. There's a bag there. Giant case spider silk bag. Claim that. Did the goblin drop it? I suppose so. Do I have to unforbid that corpse there as well? Snowdub. Nope. Okay. Since the siege is lifted, any other goblins which are attacking us, but we might not have revealed them, will have abandoned the attack and they've fled off the edge of the map. Where are you going? Brink. Why is your neck injured? Oh, right. You're the one with the injury. You've lost your right ear and your left hand. And you've got a neck injury. That's interesting. Yeah, I think... Did I check you? Do you have any, like... kills on your items? It says you're a pikeman. But I don't think you have a pike. You have tears in your eyes. He's embarrassed after drinking water without a well. But we've got a well. The well's right here. What's that on the floor there? Someone's clothes are there. Did that dwarf which died drop themselves down the well? No. Okay. No, because we interred their body. Okay, are you in the hospital? You are. Rest. Unconscious. Medical dwarf. How's it going? Manager needs a room too. You can have a bed here, and a bed here, and a table and a chair, and a table and a chair. And then we can, engrave stone, engrave stone, engrave, engrave. I haven't actually shown this off, but engraving does do something. You can, the dwarves engrave little images on the walls. So we'll have a look at some of the ones over here. Let's see. Detailed claystone floor. Engraved on the floor is a finely designed image of a rose-cut gem by Urist Abia Cyril. Engraved on the floor is a superior designed image of Tossid Toldor the Dwarf and Rizm Kalostarved, the Ship of Lakes, the Forgotten Beast by Sakzul Lek Sakzul. Tossid Toldir is cringing. Rizm Kalostarved, the Ship of Lakes, is laughing. The artwork relates to the smashing of the dwarf Tossid Toldor's left upper leg by the Forgotten Beast Rizm Kalostarved, the Ship of Lakes, in the early summer of 64 during the rampage of the Forgotten Beast in Gravelyor. Yes, they'll also do other things like here's a picture of... What's this? A well-crafted Saxzul Lek Saxzul rendition of the Hame of Neutralization of a silver barb. Image is a symbol of the barricaded whips, local dwarven government. Okay, and this one is the Capybara Bone Helm. Dwelled Cunning. Is that actually one of our items? Yes, it is. He's drawn a picture of, carved a picture of Kokeb Nakis. Dwelled cunning, our capybara bone helm. Oh, we've got these. Dwarf bone right gauntlet, which I don't think I saw last time. Kegeth Amith, the hold of delight. This is the Dwarf bone right gauntlet. All craft warship is the highest quality. It's encircled with bands of cushioned claystone caverns, Dwarf leather, and round pyrite caverns. This object is adorned with hanging rings of claystone and menaces with spikes of Dwarf bone and claystone. On the item is an image of Tobul rooted mirrors the dwarf in citrine. Oh. I wonder who's wearing that. What's that down there? Stray water buffalo calf. Why are you down there? I'm gonna have to, like, put a bunch of you back into there, aren't I? Cavy pup, poult, billy goat, lamb, buffalo calf, blue chick. Okay, it's extra creatures which came with the last migrant wave. I forgot to put them into the pen. This is why you have to put them in a pen, because otherwise they'll just wander around your fortress and they'll starve, because there's no grass to eat inside your fortress. Funnily enough. Like, they don't eat if you don't put them into a pen. I suppose if they're not on top of grass, they don't eat. They don't actively seek out food to eat. They're just like, I'm hungry. Is there any grass below me? No? Oh, okay. What about now? No? Oh, okay. So we've got a dwarf carrying them out. Oh. Herding them outside. There. You've created a masterpiece round lime wood pedestal. And there's nothing to catch in the river. Well, about time. We were drowning in our mussels. Human caravan from Tikwadur has arrived. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna have to unforbid all these bolts and arrows again. Armor. Yeah, just unforbid that. Some of that might be on the, what's it called? On the, people which just arrived, but... yeah. I don't think it really does anything, because I don't think we can own it anyway. It's just sort of saying, if they happen to die, we'll get it. Just why sometimes it's good if there's traders which arrive when there just happens to be a siege going on. You get free loot if you survive. In a more legitimate way than the usual way you can get free stuff from the traders. If that way still works. I believe it does. Okay, let's move goods to the depot. Small cut gems, large cut gems. Oh, do we have... we actually created a bunch of stone goods, didn't we? No, that's all of our cups. I want to sell those. People are drinking out of them. No, that's useful stuff. Crafts, here we go. Well, that's quivers. Fine, whatever. I mean, we were already transporting that because it had some. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. And trade request. Do we need more drink? Always more drink. Thirsty dwarves. Now barrels might be getting taken up by a food stockpile again. we'll create a bunch more barrels. Always more barrels. I'm glad that you arrived and I didn't have to raise the drawbridge, because I probably would have forgotten about it. Then you'd have been like, I can't get to your trade depot with the bridge up. So they have bypassed my fortress. Why is that staircase green? Did someone throw up on it? Yep. This is the most simple answer for things. If something's green, it's usually because someone's thrown up. Hey, Id's been re-elected. Now he wants ballista parts made. I haven't actually gone into this. We go here and we go to S. We can place a siege workshop. I suppose we'll place this over here. Why not? It's a large building. Siege weapons are... they sound cool. And they can be useful, kind of. For the most part, they're very tricky to make use of. Has been found dead. Ah... Really? She just had like a cut in her arm. Is that one of our military dwarves? No. That was the Is that foul play? Or did you just die from an infection? I think you died from an infection. Let's have a look. Health. What's this? Diagnosis requested. Oh, we can actually heal animals. Pardon me. Chief Medical Dwarf. Needs diagnosis. You need to diagnose yourself, I'm afraid. We can have another dwarf with the diagnosis job. Bone doctor. There you go. How lucky. Healthcare. You're now diagnosis, surgery, and suturing. Diagnose our bone doctor. Our chief medical dwarf, please. I should probably have done that before that other dwarf died. Oh well. We're going to see whether this diagnosis is actually accurate or not. Surgery? Oh, I suppose he has got broken hand. I finished up some work. That was satisfying. He is a bone doctor. So... adequate wound dresser. Dabbling diagnostician. Dabbling surgeon. It's not what you want to hear when someone's working on you. Oh, are you a surgeon? Yes, as of about 10 seconds ago. I know I'm in good hands. Suture. Well, okay, fine. It's a good step to take. Okay, and you are dressing the wound. Though we haven't got any soap for you to clean the wound. Hey, and you're up! Adequate wound dresser, Rusty. Adequate surgeon, Rusty. If we have a look at their body now, we will see that they have cave spider silk thread sewn into fourth toe. Right leg, I believe. And also pigtail cloth wrapped around fourth toe. So they actually put little like bandages and so on their injuries, which is kind of adorable. As well as the sutures to hold the wound closed. I think he actually did a pretty good job. Nobody lost any limbs. Is our siege workshops finished? Okay. Now, I mentioned siege weapons are kind of useful. You can make two different types of siege weapons. Ballista and catapults. Out of the two of them, from my memory, ballista are the more useful. Catapults are what you'd expect. They are a catapult which throws a rock, though they're apparently of some kind of construction, which means that they don't need vertical space. So, I don't know. I suppose you can imagine it's like a sideways arm which throws a rock straight forward or something. You can fit one in your in your fortress with a one high roof, and the rock will just go pew. But from what I remember, catapult stones only deal damage if the stone lands on the enemy, and there's no like impact cloud. From what I remember, so they have to be very accurate, which is difficult for a just created siege weapon operator. Ballistas are more useful because, being a large crossbow, they have a large bolt in the middle, and when they fire it, the bolt goes phoom, and it fires across, and it actually hurts anything the bolt goes through. And they keep going, so you're able to deal potentially a lot of damage if the bolt passes through a lot of enemy units. However, they're also rather tricky to use because friendly fire is a big issue. It doesn't discriminate whether there's dwarves in the way, so you could end up skewering a bunch of your own dwarves in the process of firing the ballista. And probably the biggest issue with using ballistas and catapults is that the dwarves manning them are not military dwarves, so they'll flee at the first sign of danger. So you tend to need to have the ballistas and catapults a fair bit away from where the enemy are going to be. Otherwise, the dwarves which are manning the ballista or whatever will jump out of the seat and run off when they see goblins. Also, because the goblins will go, oh, there's a ballista over there, and they might shoot it with bolts, so... I have seen examples of them used well. An example from... Geez, when would it have been? Like 8 years ago, I remember, was a fortress I've talked about before called Nistakath, which was a tundra fortress, and they had a very nice defense with a lot of ballista, which were covering a sort of large flat area, and any enemies which came into that just got shot by ballista bolts from long range, and it was very useful from what I remember. But we're going to have to create some ballista parts, so we'll create 3 of them. I think you need 3 to create 1 ballista. And we might set one up somewhere. So I don't tend to make much use of them. Oh, we only need 2. Okay. You also need to create ballista bolts, which are, I think, created from the craft workshop, or maybe the carpentry workshop. And you can have metal heads on them so that they do a bit more damage, but they're very nasty siege weapons, but tricky to use. Tossid Rigothiseth Farmer has created Duralwab Sam, a bitter orange wood earring. She claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Cadol Chanstin. Let's have a look at that. Honor searched. Ooh, 40,800 value. This is a bitter orange wood earring, all craft worship of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round claystone cabochons and encircled with bands of round lime wood, iron, and round claystone cabochons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of bitter orange wood and ministers with spikes of iron. That's a very busy earring. On the item is an image of Obeid splashed the white stalk leather cap in round lime wood. I don't think that's a artifact we actually have, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. On the item is an image of Feb Treaty Dives the Dwarf and Drotha leather. Feb Treaty Dives is labouring. The artwork relates to the settling of the dwarf Feb Treaty Dives in Rackhelped in the late spring of 127. Who was this created by? Don't think it actually says. On the item is an image of Thickud Grip Inked, the dwarf and dwarves in Drothabone. Thickut Grip Inked. Pardon me, is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Thickut grip inked to the position of Queen of the Hot Armors in 41. On the item is an image of tapered baguette-cut gems in rope reed. You know, just having an image of gems doesn't convey the same amount of value as actually having the gems on it, but that's kind of impressive, all that. Being on an earring, but well done. Something to be proud of. Though you were possessed when you made it, so you don't get any experience from it. What's that lying in the river there? Great horned owl leather cap. Okay. And just mussel shells and piles of vomit. Okay. Vomit is a common sight in the fortress because dwarves, which spend most of their time underground, will eventually get cave adapted. And when they go above ground, they'll be like, "Oh, the sun! Oh god, there's no roof above my head. I feel dizzy," and they'll throw up. It's not a big deal. It gives them a negative thought, and it may interrupt the dwarves' work outside, and it will be messy. But it's not a, you know, a thing to be too worried about. Okay, we can actually see the value of things. Now, what do I want? Let's get some clay. Clay is actually really heavy. We have all these, crappy little crowns and all that. You can have them. Ah, thank you for your business. I'm glad to take that clay off your hands. I would also like some more cloth. Or leather. How much has this leather been worth? 70. Is that counting all the things inside of it? It should be. Lion leather, common skate leather, manta leather, tiger leather, spiny, cuttlefish, llama, mule. Yeah, it is actually. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, okay. So just 70 for that. There we go. And we'll give him a little bit of a profit. There we go. Oh, it's so good to be trading at a reasonable exchange rate. 230 for the cloth bin. Large rhinoceros leather loincloth. Well, we can sell these because we can't wear large items. They've come off a dead human. And we'll give this mussel shell ring, this mussel shell crown, figurine of dwarves, mussel shell figurine of Reg Bolt Snarled. Hey, we got this figurine of this guy. Do you want it? Yeah, sure. Reg Bolt Snarled. Well-designed image of Reg Bolt Snarled the dwarf in mussel shell by Lorben Risen Cockep. Reg Bolt Snarled is laughing. The artwork relates to the fey mood of the dwarf Reg Bolt Snarled in Rackhelped in the early summer of 126. Okay. Would you consider this superior quality? Square, brilliant cut indigo tourmalines. That is a lot of extra profit you're asking for there. We actually have a one of our artifacts there. I'm not going to trade you that. I believe that will upset our dwarf if I trade their artifact. How much is that gem you want? 125. If I get rid of a bunch of these, I'll be more willing to trade the gem to you. Now you're asking for 2. There you go. Even though we're trading on a bit of a better even ground here because I can tell the value of things, it's still not entirely in our favor. They're still going to be ripping us off a bit. Yeah, sure, whatever. And a round lime wood splint? No, not the splint. I don't really want to trade that. There you go. Octopus leather. Would you make leather from an octopus? I wouldn't really like that. I'm rather fond of octopus. Smart things. Here we go. Here's a bin full of leather. It's all cheap leather too. Apparently giant sperm whale leather is not worth that much. Cheap leather. Yeah, blue jade earring. You can have this gizzard stone too, and some of these gems. There you go. Anything else? Maybe one more thing of cloth. There, that's a 250 thing of cloth. There you go. Take this and tell everyone how you've ripped me off. Okay, we got a bunch of cloth and all that. Move goods. Move it all back. That's a bit of successful trading. I don't think they're actually going back to their settlement happy, but I mean, you know, we did some trading. I don't think it said something like they're pleased with the trading, but yeah. Okay, we created a bunch of pedestals, didn't we? Have you finished those? I believe you might have just finished them. You're creating masterpiece round barrels. Okay, where's this pedestal? Display furniture? We'll put them over here. One there. Two. There. Actually, no, not there. That's a bad idea. Because the wagons won't be able to get past it. There. And we'll do 4, 5. Did I just put something down which isn't a pedestal? Oh, that's a cabinet. I haven't actually recognized these display things before. I haven't constructed them. Let's have a look. Nope. There. Ugh. There we go. It's a piece of furniture that can be used to display other items. They're created from wood, rock, glass, or metal. Okay. Craft Dwarf's workshop. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. It's just something for displaying items on. We can create a room with our artifacts on it if we want. No, you've already created them. Set new display items. Remains? Hamster remains? No, not those. Corpse? Corpses. No, that's the dwarf. Oh, I like that it gives you a little image down there of what you're looking at. I could take skeletons out of their coffins and put them onto the pedestal. That seems a bit... Okay. No, that's the drake. Okay. You... You. 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 I might have put the same corpse on the two pedestals. You. There we go. We'll just see how this goes. On display here. Song. Song, that's different. Oh, I see, it moves it over. So you can't actually display two. It will just update it to be on the next one. Right, okay. Now, what's the other goblins that are around still? Zusp Gaspaspo. Zusgas. Astruk. And Strodno. They're not listed. I suppose maybe because they're not in the piles. Yeah, you're on a pedestal, you're on that pedestal. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll just have to wait. Oh, that one is in the pile. Hmm. Yeah, well. Oh, you're putting a gremlin corpse out there. What's around? Drelthers, a Gorlak, bunch of animals, capybaras. Create from bone bolts. There we go. Mandated the construction of certain goods. Quivers. 3. More quivers. Fine. Does id have a preference for quivers? Let's have a look. He was uneasy after seeing a troll's dead body. Let's see. He likes Spotlight, nickel, silver, praise, bloodthorn wood, giant moon snail shell, the color charcoal, quivers, ballista parts, guinea fowl. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah. Wait, did it say he likes to consume giant hamster? It does. And carrot wine. Okay. Well, okay. The reason... Yeah, you can see there the reason why the... nobles tend, or the mayor tends to mandate things is because they like those things. So they're like, I want more bins, and it's because they like bins or buckets or whatever. Cog and Disso, sure. If you wonder why there might not be that much vomit inside the fortress, it's because dwarves will actually automatically clean up messes inside the fortress. Though they don't do so for mess created outside of the fortress. You might see here, a dwarf just cleared up a little pile. There, and there's another one there, and the dwarf has gone and has cleaned up the mess. So they'll do that for blood as well. Let's actually smooth out this area here. And we'll smooth out this area here too. Hunter cancels hunt, no ammunition. Fine. Well, we are creating some more ammunition, so... Do we have any more, shearing to do. Shear animals. Cut, shear, animal, no creature. We do have some llamas. Do I need an animal caretaker actually to be able to diagnose animals? I should have one. You tend to get one. Fish dwarf. Hunting related. Animal care. There we go. Stackwood has grown attached to an iron spear. They're actually full up of barrels and all that. That's right, I wanted to create a new storage pit. Do that over there. It's not really the best way to store stuff, but just having large rooms for finished goods like I have over here is one way to deal with all the stuff you're creating. But it'd be much better designed to actually have specific areas for all the stuff you're making. Part of it's just I'm creating things, so I keep forgetting to place them down. There we go. And we've got a bunch of beds there as well, so I can put more beds down here in the sleeping quarters. I don't know if you I don't think you can put beds and tables and chairs and so on into bins, so there we go. Are those weapon racks? They are. Yep, weapon rack there, weapon rack there, weapon rack there, and one there. Actually, we'll need some more there because we have... there. Armor stands. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... or 9, 10. There we go. Each dwarf should have their own weapon rack and armor rack. Also, it just makes our military area look a bit nicer. And it gets it out of our storage pit. We've got all of our children and they're all playing make-believe together. In the finished goods pile, you see these little pink marks on them. Inod! Ilral Lathel, Baroness Consort of Guilt Sabers, is visiting. Oh, hello. Aquamarine eyes are very wide set. How are you? You've just travelled here on your own, have you? Crystal glass palette. Oh, you've got a musical instrument. The plectrum is made of copper. The paleth is a mid-sized handheld metal stringed instrument with a glass body. The instrument rests flat as the musician picks the 6 strings with a metal plectrum. The musician can alter the pitch of a string by stopping it against the body. Tuning is possible with adjustable bridges. The instrument has a 4-octave range, going from a low to a high pitch. The instrument has a fluid, sonorous timbre. Okay, interesting. What did I say? You can learn more about this visitor after they chat with a local. Oh, okay. Well, hello, what are you doing here? It might be because of the wealth of our fortress has gone up. Comes in and it doesn't look like an absolute disaster, though there is a Dwarf corpse being dragged through the corridors. Do we need more bugs? Might need another bin there. Just put like, yeah, 3 bins. Change settings. Finished goods. Type flasks and goblets. Turn off. No. Yes, that. No. No. Flasks and goblets. There we go. Okay. Hello! Nice to see Dwarf Fortress. I'm not very experienced, would love to watch other people playing it. Well, I'm happy to provide. I encourage you to learn how to play it. It's not as difficult as people really make it out to be. Once you get over the biggest hurdle of the graphics, or whether you install a what's it called? A graphics pack, which will help things a fair bit. The actual things which you need to do, if you're willing to lose a few times, you can pick up the basics. There's a lot of extra stuff which you can do on top of it. The basics of it is just feed your dwarves and get them drinking. You just work out from there. But, I mean, there's no way to win the game, you just keep going until something terrible happens or you get bored. Become planters, become an engraver. We need more plump helmet spawn. Okay. We need more potash. Ashery. Make a bunch of potash. Oh, I was also making lye, wasn't I? Go down. Oh, wait. Did we create lye? What would that be under? That would be under liquids? Would it? Or misc? It wouldn't be under drinks, so I don't think you'd drink lye. Globs? No, that's tallow. Liquids. Here we go. We've got 5 lye. Great. So, from the lye, we then go to the soap makers and make soap from tallow, and just keep doing that as much as possible. I have experience with other roguelikes such as Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Probably I tried to learn Dwarf Fortress in the future. I have heard of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, though I haven't actually played it myself, I don't think. I think really the only other roguelike I've played is NetHack, and I haven't played that for quite a few years. I don't think I got very far in it either. It is fun though, just messing around in it and seeing seeing the random luck you get in it, or bad luck as it turns out. NetHack is a dungeon crawler with randomly generated levels and creatures laid out, though it is structured to a degree. There's an overall structure to it, and it is predictable to a degree, but the items you find and what they are all random. No flasks, no goblets. Everything else is fine. Okay. Oh, is this going to have bins in it? Yes, it is. That's fine, whatever. Are you putting more mugs in here? You are! Wooden cups. Well done. I want create flasks? No, that's under the craft dwarf shop, isn't it? Can I create bone? Wait, what? Oh. Hang on. Can you not make, like, bone cups? No! How are you supposed to drink out of the skull of your enemy? Oh well. Ugh. That's disappointing. I suppose it's a bit barbaric. But yes, NetHack. I think my most successful one of that I played as a knight who starts off with a pony and it ends up growing into a horse once you get enough experience. And I got lucky, I got a wand of polymorph or something and I took a chance and I cast it on my horse and it ended up turning into a Jabberwock. So I was riding around the dungeon on a Jabberwock, which was quite fun. What's this down here? Dwarf leather. Okay. Iron bars. Got a lot of iron bars. Oh, that's right, because we weren't hurting for iron, we were hurting for, what's it called? For fuel. Do we not have any more lignite? There's lignite there. Mine that lignite out. Auto mine it. You kind of want to be careful with auto mining because they might mine into your fortress, but I can't see any lignite along here. So we should be fine. There is some over there, however. What are you doing? Harvest plants. Why are you harvesting plants? I'm pretty sure I don't have that farming skill on for you. No, I don't have plant gathering on you. Why do you keep doing jobs which I haven't assigned you to do? You can see they've been mining out all the cassiterite here. It's quite a bit because I increased the frequency of walls and all that and the world generation, so we have a bit more to work with. All dwarves can harvest? Oh, is it like that? Dwarves all harvest. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's why. Because it's under the orders. I kind of forget that standing orders menu exists. Ugh. So yeah, that's also why they're gathering the food and furniture and all that. Even though they have the hauling job off, it's still something they're all told to do. What are my current progress and goals in this game? I don't know, just to make a fortress at the moment and survive. We did get attacked by goblins a bit earlier. It was only a squad of 6 with one sneaky goblin. So it wasn't anything that our military couldn't deal with. Thankfully. But that's only going to get bigger in following years. Where did they come from, actually? It doesn't mention on our... Bossa Asnu, the Dungeons of Fighting Goblins. Okay. Exports to Ledusen. Terror. Offerings from Ledusen. Vengeance. We have no agreements with this land. Dungeons of Fighting. Where are they located? Is that here? Nope. 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 Oh, this is a civilization, the Dungeons of Fighting. Okay. So, they came from over here. This is to be expected. Or over there. Fine, fine. The enjoyable plains. Crescent Mire. We're here. The dwarven fortress of Rackhelped. Just there. So they came from that way. Which is also appropriate for the direction on the map which they arrived from. So much tin ore. Okay. Oh. Mine this out. We could actually do maybe with a few more picks and train up some more minor dwarves. Let's do that actually. Metalsmith's Forge, weapons, iron, and 2 more picks. Our stores of lignite aren't really as dense as I thought they would be. Do we have any up here? There's some. And any more along here? Mind that. We don't really need any more iron ore at the moment. Another level up. There's another gem, you can mine that. There's some more gems there. There's some gems. There's some lignite. Up again? Hold on. What am I doing? I keep pressing the wrong buttons. D. There we go. And there. And is there anything else up here? There's some more gems. Go up another level. There's nothing there. And there's over there. Okay, there's nothing more. Okay, fine. Well, we'll get all the lignite on the surface. I've inspired you to try this game with starter pack. I do recommend some of those things. I haven't tried them myself, but the community is pretty good with giving like ease of access to newcomers for Dwarf Fortress. I also recommend, if you ever get stuck, to look at the handy wiki. I've been consulting it numerous times over the course of this stream and previous streams, because I forget things and it's very helpful, especially on smaller details. You became the captain of the guard. Yeah, you keep changing your task, but that's fine. Oh, our population has actually reached 200 dwarves. That means our fortress won't actually grow beyond that. I don't think dwarves will have any more children. And we won't get any more migrants which go past that. Though from the petitions available, we can grow past that. Yep, 2001. Or 201, pardon me. So, I think you can increase the cap. Maybe? In the config files? Might be wrong on that. You can lower the cap. So you can have a limit of a fortress of like 30 dwarves if you wish. Which you may want, because having a lot of dwarves on the map also causes a lot of lag due to the game plotting the pathing for each of the dwarves. Oh, but the traders have left. Oh, the stone Amost has slipped into depression. Why? What's wrong? Has been haggard and drawn due to the tremendous stresses placed on him and is in depression. Oh, he just kept feeling uneasy seeing all the corpses around him. Okay, fine. Dwarves are a lot more susceptible to, like, things than, like, seeing corpses now than they used to be. I don't think that's as bad as if they have a failed mood. I think he can get out of that. Maybe? You think that's a bug? Possibly. I mean, I do know that they will eventually get used to seeing corpses all over the place. But one of our dwarves have actually been having periods of, like, recurring horror because of they witnessed the death of another dwarf. Which makes sense. But it is something in the longer running fortress, dwarves will eventually sort of become inured to death, and they'll just sort of be like, oh. I mean, on the one hand, you'd think the dwarves wouldn't really care if a goblin died. On the other hand, it sort of makes sense if they're not used to death, and they'd be like, oh god, it's died. Things aren't as bleak in Dwarf Fortress as all that, so... You think the problem is the stacking? Ah. Yeah, he does have a lot of, Yeah, he didn't feel anything after seeing a giant cave toad's dead body. He didn't feel anything after seeing a jaguar's dead body. He was uneasy after seeing the goblin's dead body. He was lonely after being away from family. Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to be stacking an awful lot. What's this? Ooh, he personally feels that introspection and all forms of self-examination are the keys to a good life and worthy of respect. Views tranquility as one of the highest ideals, due to seeing as admired Helms die in 127. Finds the pursuit of knowledge to be a waste of effort and doesn't really see the point of working hard. So we have an example there of a dwarf's personality actually changing because they witnessed the death of, or witnessed an event which caused it. if an invasion happens, then like 40 things can die and someone needs to clean it up, so there's 40 plus the huge negative for seeing a corpse. Yeah. It is funny them sort of going out and like noting each individual corpse and going, oh god! Or whatever. Insert dwarven god here. Oh, Ok. Oh, Amok. Yeah, we've got a god called Ok, or OK. Not, like, it's not Amok, but... Does anyone else have something like that? He personally sees competition as wasteful and silly, values eloquence, respects perseverance due to seeing Zephon Saber Silver's dead body in 127. Isn't it just 127 now? 128. Okay. Well, ooh, actually. We fulfilled your demands, that's fine. Captain of the Guard requires a bedroom. And all that, so we'll do that. And so one of them was for the manager, who requires an office. And Tidy, the bookkeeper, requires a office as well. Which, you don't have an office anymore because we kicked you out of the other office. It got transformed into something else. Oh, there's some lignite down here. So we'll give you an office. Over here. There we go. You're still alive! Yes! Well done. Though one of our other named dwarves, Buttery, actually took an injury during the last combat. Are you still alright? I believe you had to get diagnosed by our incompetent chief medical dwarf. Or our bone setter. That's because I put them on what's it called? On the option. Yeah. So it's just got like a slight injury on their left knee and left leg. But they should be fine. They actually sutured the wound and all that pretty well. I had to set some broken bones too, I think. Or at least some suture closed some cuts. But I believe Tidy is perfectly fine. Let's have a look. Yep, you're currently sleeping. Over there in your bedroom. Over here. He is blissful after sleeping in a very good bedroom. Felt uneasy after seeing a troll's dead body. Yeah. 25 years old. Unable to practice a skill. No, I suppose because you don't have a workshop. What are your skills, actually? Dabbling discipline. Novice engraver. Adequate bone carver. And a proficient record keeper, very rusty. Well. Okay, let's actually put you on engraver so that you're doing something other than just... what's it called? Stoneworker, not masonry, stone detailing. There we go. All the dwarves are running back and forth collecting all the plants from the farms. It's a bit of a problem of having so many farms. They occupy a lot of their time with harvesting. I think I originally chose a bone carver because I didn't have any bones. All about hanging around in a meeting hall drinking booze instead of working. Can't have any slackers around here. We have to have... Everyone has to pull their weight. How many people are doing jobs? Oh. Well... You got people just sitting around doing nothing. Eating, drinking, whatever. Oh no, the hammer dwarf has been bitten by a cave spider. Where is the hammer dwarf? Well, they're all wandering around down here. God, that's a lot of blood down there. You're just like slaughtering everything in the caves. Must be Droltha, because we keep dragging Droltha corpses up from underground, so... Our monster hunters are actually supplying us with a nice amount of meat. Do we have anything nasty down there? Nope. There's just Droltha. And Gorlax. Or a Gorlak. Poor thing's probably terrified. We've actually explored the caves pretty thoroughly. A giant cave spider hasn't made its way back. No one's like dodged into the water, have they? No? Okay, good. Oh, the Droltha are over there. Alright, we can't actually get over there. Fine. Yeah, we can actually see from this the bedrooms, and the dwarves are storing items they own in their bedrooms, so that's why these all these little brackets on the ground, because they're dropping their clothes on the floor. Because they don't have any cabinets to store them in. This is a pigtail coat. There's a copper arrow. Alpaca wood hood, and all that. Okay. Wait, are those bins in there? It's like there is bins there, but people haven't moved them. Leather bin. Oh, do we not have... There we go. Now can you take them out of the training depot? I can see our dwarves collecting fruit over here. Chickpea plants, actually. And lentil plants. Let's actually cook some things. Prepare some fine meals. Everyone will be probably getting a bit sick of eating just raw food all the time. Though the variety would be fine, but... Dwarves are either going to the barrels to pour themselves drinks or going straight to the still. And then leaving their mugs on the floor when they're finished. Someone else has to come and pick it up and put it into the bin. Human spearman cancels eat. Item inaccessible. What are you trying to eat? Someone better not have gotten stuck down there again. Trees popping up and blocking their paths. Okay, I believe we should have some of the lignite on this level, because it's still the claystone walls. I've mentioned before, but ores and gems and all that are found in specific layers of rock. So, I believe lignite might only be found in these upper layers. The sedimentary layer, I believe it is. Let's have a look. Lignite. One of two mineral sources of fuel. Lignite is found in veins in sedimentary layers. Sedimentary layers are sandstone, siltstone, mudstone, shale, claystone, rock salt, limestone, conglomerate, dolomite, chert, and chalk. So. You learn a bit of geology while you're playing the game. Can we actually put anything else here? Put coins in there. Put ammo in there. Weapons, traps, armor, cheats, furniture. Okay, and that's fine. We don't have any animals and all that. Now, that would only work if we had animals in cages. But I haven't bought any of the traders. Oh yes, how many, what's our armor looking like at the moment? 10 iron breastplates, 20 iron mail shirts. Yeah, okay. So we have no helmets still. So create those helmets. I kind of wish you could say, like, create uniform, and they just create all the parts of a uniform. I suppose if they didn't have the parts, though, you'd end up with all these missing bits. Maybe if they just had a checklist, and they'd just be, like, going through it, and they're like, can I create this? No. Okay, move on to the next thing. But you tend to get spammed by, I don't have the items for this. It sounds much too straightforward for Dwarf Fortress. I don't know, I tend to forget what items I have. So, especially if you're creating suits of armor and all that, you tend to be like, have I created 10? Or did they stop at 8 because they ran out of resources? Manager screen is good for that. Ah, yes, a manager screen. I think we actually have that now because I have a manager. Yes, we do. But I have never really used it. JM. JM. There's no active work orders. Ah! New order. Okay. Oh, geez, what a list. Prepare an easy meal. Quantity, 0 for perpetual order. Oh, you can type to search. Okay. 2. Left is 2. Oh, okay. So we'll keep doing that until there's 2. Oh, I get it. You could have set it to perpetual. Details. Yep, conditions. One-time order. Okay, yeah, and I think you can have them recreate them if they get too low. So, like, below 40, create more. You think I could do that in Masterwork DF? Yeah. I don't tend to use, like, Masterwork or anything like that, but I know it would make it quite a bit easy for a lot of these things. Is that a jinx? You actually mined all that lignite out. Well done. Forging the iron helms. Actually, let's have a look at that. JM. New order. Type in parts of the name. Okay. I want forge iron greaves. 10. Oh, 0 for perpetual order. Right. Okay, that makes sense. I just realized what I'd read there, and it's like, okay, iron greaves, and then we want high boots, 10. New order. Oh, what's it called? And cut lignite. No thanks. Make coke from lignite. Just perpetual order. So we've got... Let me have a look. Okay, we've got mail shirts, breastplates, helms on the way. Then we've got iron greaves, high boots. We need gauntlets. So I'll do that next. 10 gauntlets. We've got shields, we've got spears. I think that's all the parts which we really need. I think that's all. So, I mean, the easy meals will be done quickly. But hopefully that will work. It'd be funny if, like, the skill of your manager determined how accurate the productions ended up being. So if you had a low-skilled manager, you'd end up with excess or less, but that would probably be extremely frustrating and... You know, be like, I ordered so many of these. Why do I not have them? I ordered 20 barrels. Why do I have 20 buckets? I've played since 2012, and my general setup includes vanilla Dwarf Fortress's DF hack with the TWBT plugin. That then Dwarf Therapist is also handy. I've heard of a number of those. Dwarf Therapist. I believe that's the one you use for, like... Isn't that the one you use for designating, like... dwarves... like jobs and all that? And I don't know what TWBT is. Yeah. I think I've used Dwarf Therapist at one point. It's useful, yes, for, if it's the one I'm thinking of, for, like, I want 20 such. You know, like 20 farmers. Amost is stumbling around obliviously. Why? What's up? Are you the depressed dwarf? Or are you just... Where are you? What was your name? Amos Stonecrafter. Amos. Attend meeting. Oh, yeah. Stumbling obliviously. Oh yeah, he's the depressed one. It is oblivious to reality. He's attending a meeting though, so hopefully he'll be able to get some help from our mayor? Id. Our mayor is called Id. It's great. TWBT is great because it gives you multi-level view. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Oh, apparently it stands for text will be text. Yeah, I think I've actually seen that. The multi-view. Yeah, it allows you to see, like, up here you can see the ground over here, which would be quite handy. Also for visualization purposes. As well as other things. How's our mining going down underground? Not there. Not there. There we go. Any more lignite under here? Okay. And there. Oh, we need tables and chairs, because I placed all of them in our dining room. There we go. What's going on here? Just really playing a fortress. I don't have any real major goals or that in mind. Survive, for the most part. It was more of a on-the-spur moment decision to play Dwarf Fortress. And I'm sort of regaining my familiarity with it since I haven't played it for a while. Though I suppose we can create something, like some above ground towers. I was building one over here. Yeah. Let's continue constructing that. Up. No, not out of fire clay. Not after I spent that resources building, buying that. Upstairs. There we go. Huge time sink. Yeah, yeah. Oh, an animal's grown to become a stray cavy boar. What's that purple bit there? Oh, it's an amethyst cluster. Oh, it's actually a smoothed wall of amethyst. That's very nice. Okay, whose bedrooms were these going to be? That was going to be the captain of the guards. Make throne or study captain of the guard. Make bedroom. Sign room. Captain of the guard. I believe you already had a bedroom, but you can have that one. Cavy or cavy. Yeah. Cavidae, cavy family, is composed of rodents native to South America and include the domestic guinea pig, wild cavies, and the largest living rodent, the capybara. So, I don't really know what it means in this instance. I suppose it means like a guinea pig. Because we have capybaras on our map, occasionally. At the moment, we've just got white storks. And Dwarf. And a freaking Kia. Shoo! Okay, I'm just waiting on those tables and chairs, aren't I? Yep, and another lot. Something which is kind of easy to miss in Dwarf Fortress is that there is a sound mechanic in the game, even though you can't hear anything yourself. Dwarves can hear, and if you have workshops near to the living areas, the dwarves, when they're sleeping, will occasionally complain about the noise if the sleeping quarters are too close to the workshops, and they will get negative thoughts from that. I don't know whether we ought to find it in this mess, but it'd probably just be he was annoyed not having a good sleep recently or something. I don't think noise is that complicated though. It's just like if this workshop is active in an area around it, in a horizontal plane as well as the vertical plane, it will, like, dwarves will hear it. So I think it goes through the walls. At least that was what it was the last time I looked. Let me hear. Sound. Noise. Certain jobs generate noise, which may disturb dwarves sleeping nearby. Depending on a job's noise level and proximity, your dwarves could sleep uneasily due to noise, very uneasily due to noise, or be woken up by the noise. These events will produce unhappy thoughts in varying degrees. Neither walls nor doors will insulate dwarves from noise. Distance and how loud a job are the only factors determined whether a dwarf's sleep will be disturbed. Noise is produced when a noisy job is completed, but thoughts about noise do not appear until the sleeping dwarf has woken up. Also, dwarves walking through a sleeping dwarf's room, even over his head, will not cause noise, which is important for bedroom design. Contrary to common belief based on earlier versions, workshops do not currently produce any noise. Oh. Okay. Noisiness of various jobs. Oh, okay, workshops don't. So I was wrong in that. Because, yeah. I believe in earlier versions it said that they did, but apparently they don't. Noisiness of various jobs. Digging, wood cutting, engraving, fortification carving, and removing constructions. Digging, wood cutting, and removing constructions are 8 tiles. Engraving is 4 tiles, and fortification carving is 4 tiles. So it's not actually that much of a thing. I thought workshops generated noise when they were working, but apparently they don't. Putting all your bedrooms 9 levels or lower below ground eliminates noise from wood cutting. Jails, hospitals, and sleeping barracks should also ideally be kept away from noise. Sure. I mean, in adventure mode, you can see noise. You can see like symbols pop up from people talking in a room. Eight by 8 by 8 though. Pretty sure it's a block. Yeah. Yeah, we have some petitions again. We keep getting them. It's just monster hunters. I've been accepting all of them because I don't see why not. And we have 205 people here now, so... Every now and then someone else comes to the fortress, they're like, I want to kill creatures! Do you have any experience? Nope. Oh, Amos has slipped into depression again. Did you have your talk? Attend meeting. Well, you're doing that. Oh, I see. He's standing on the stairs. I was wondering, why were people disappearing on top of him? Is he eating them? No, he's just standing on top of the stairs and people are climbing up the stairs while he's going, ah! Poor guy. Okay. There. There. And there. Yeah, I broke into the caves. We've been collecting Dwarf from down there. So they're all over here at the moment. I broke into the caves initially because we had a mood which required silk. They weren't accepting plant cloth or whatever, but unfortunately we were too late. And originally there was a giant cave spider down here, but it ran off, so our monster hunters have been wandering around down here just killing anything which they can find, and our dwarves have been dragging the Dwarf corpses up to butcher for food. It's been a win-win situation so far. And we haven't seen anything horrible there yet, which is nice. Okay, this is for the captain of the guard. It'll be a dining room. There we go. Are you happy with your rooms now, sir? No, you don't have a chest, cabinet, weapon rack, or armor rack. And I believe you need two of... No, you need one chest, one cabinet, one weapon rack, and one armor rack. Armor stand, weapon rack, cabinet, and a coffer. Go. Ugh. Cut those citrine, cut that rose quartz and that indigo tourmaline, and those amethysts. I have to check whether we have any other dwarves which are accepting these tasks, because we have a legendary gem cutter and I'd prefer them to do the job. Reg. Yeah, Logum. Well, you're inadequate. I'd really prefer Reg to do all the work. Not you. What's going on here? Meditate on mountains. Meditate on fire. Meditate on fire. No job. Well, they're utilizing the rooms. We have some musical instruments too. Oh dear, there's an animal down there which is starving. Piglet, fowl, poult. Okay. How's our tasks going? Oh, of course. They're not starting the jobs because we don't have a manager, manager's study. So, there you go. And bookkeeper, there you go. My combat log has some information. It does. Spear dwarf is sparring. Giant toad is fighting. Giant toad has been knocked unconscious. The earliest ones are chinchillas fighting. The lasher. The lasher was attacking a giant toad. And spear dwarves are sparring. Look, you don't hurt each other. Thankfully, they just lightly tap each other with their weapons. Ugh. The time period where training ended up with terribly wounded dwarves because they'd actually hit each other with the full force of the blow. And you'd be like, why are my dwarves getting injured? Well, it's because they're swinging at battle axes at each other and then not dodging out of the way. Oh, what's up with you? Oh, you're stressed. Okay. You're all tired. Do we need anything else in this barracks here? Train squad, individual equipment, squad equipment. We don't have beds in there. Do I need to... Ast has been found dead. You're one of the monster killers. What do you die from? Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Did one of those wander on the map? Yes. Oh, great. We've got a giant cave spider. Piece clobbered. Yeah, he's clobbered our piece. Bissolaved. Cephalothorax. Cephalothorax. Abdomen. And a whole bunch of legs. Ugh. Okay. Well, this is why I trained my spear dwarves. Where is it? Where's the destroyer of fortresses? There it is. Yeah, thanks. Thanks! Just as I center on it, a caravan appears. Great, great. However, I would like to have a look at this large giant cave spider problem. Blog! Blog! And here we see the giant cave spider in its natural habitat, killing everything it comes across because it paralyzes them with its webs and then injects them with venom and just destroys everything it comes across. Have you ever tried building a danger room? No. Oh, he fired a single bolt at it and then fled. It's probably the best thing to do. Danger rooms are, they're used for training. You have like a whole bunch of traps in there and the dwarves, like, you stick the dwarves in the room and then you activate the traps constantly and they dodge out of the way of the traps and they train their dodge skill. By that. Or something like that. Yep, there goes another dwarf, or another monster killer. All these monster slayers are accepting, and apparently they're not very good at the job. If ever there was a monster. Oh dear, actually. No, Buttery Whale! Iden, what are you doing down here? Why are you down here? Placing items, you're both going to die! I'm just sitting here looking at it, and then I'm like, oh! Okay, frick. Pause. No. Alerts. Active training. Homestead. Civ. Get the hell out of there! Why did it have to be those two down there to begin with? Is it Buttery part in the military? Why is he down there? Well, he's about to... He's a skilled spear dwarf. Good luck. You have an iron helm, an iron breastplate, an iron mail shirt, iron spear and shield. You know, out of everyone, you're probably the best dressed for the matter. It is already injured. It's gotten a few more names too. Piece clobbered the plane of kindnesses. The abdomen has been damaged. And all that, and it's tired and it's nauseous. So, rah rah, go, Buttery. You're caught in the webs. And you're dead. I'm pretty sure you're dead. Oh, that didn't end well. Yep. Buttery's dead. Well. I don't know why you were down there. Where's the giant cave spider now? Gloating, probably. Oh, it's up there. Where's that? Oh, it's moved north. Okay. Is it like following my dwarves? To like the tasty entrance to my fortress. There. Okay. Position yourselves. Where is it? It's up here, isn't it? Caverns are kind of difficult to navigate. There it is. Okay. It's there. And our fortress entrance is there. Okay, so we go down one, and we'll station you all over here. As you've seen, the problem with the giant cave spider is not so much its killing power. Well, its killing power is great, but it's because it spits webs everywhere, which paralyzes whatever it fights. So it's essentially just killing them when they're completely incapable of defending themselves. They're also they are nasty. Where's it gone? We're gonna have to deal with this. Where is it? Oh, it's up there now. They're also fast. No, I don't care about anything else. Okay, you are moving over there. I wish I could control the monster hunters. They'd have a better chance if they all attacked it at once. There's another dead dwarf over there. Okay, it's coming back, is it? Yeah. Oh, there it goes. You're a monster slayer. Where's the spider? There it is. Let's zoom in a bit. Peace clobbered the plane of kindnesses. No, it's not. It's not kind in the least. Wait, what? Excuse me? Why does it say giant? Oh, yeah, giant cave spider. I was like, is there a giant here as well? Okay, kill that thing. Oh, we killed it! Ugh, finally. Ugh. How many did we lose? We actually didn't lose any other dwarves apart from Buttery. And the, bunch of other... What's it called? And a bunch of the, monster hunters, but they're just like free bodies, really. So... Some people are injured, though. Imush is pale. And their head has a wound. Their skull has been injured as well. It just goes straight for the head, doesn't it? Feel stressed. That hammer dwarf is... That's the one which just lost their arm ages ago. Gruesome wounds! Begone fear! His head is torn open. Well, you might not be long for this world. Yes, I've taken you off your positioning, so you can all go back home. I'm gonna have to claim everything under here as well again. So, D, B, and C, reclaim. And we'll go up. And we'll go this way. And we'll go down. And there. Okay. Just an easy way to claim all the items dwarves may have dropped. So yes, we managed to kill that giant cave spider. Blah. After it killed a bunch of people. Actually, let's put this... I was worried about one of those coming back. I don't know whether it's even the one which we initially saw. on display. Corpses. Put its corpse on display outside of our fortress. You imagine that the traders come out here and then they just see us pull this massive spider's body outside of the out of our fortress, and they're like, "Where'd that come from?" It's like, down. Like, oh, I'm not going down there. No, you shouldn't. I should equip my dwarves with Kia leather boots. The Kias haven't been too much of a problem since the beginning of the game. But it's an idea. It's hard to kill them, actually, because they keep flying around. I might have said, but they did make off. A Kia did make off with a copper battle axe, as well as I think a step ladder. Don't know how. That's why I initially created the Kia kickers, because they were just there to scare the Kias off. But I kept it as the name for the first military unit we have. Even though these dwarves are more like hoplites, with their spears and shields and armor. Well, our spear dwarves actually went pretty well against that giant cave spider. Do we have our helms now? We should. Does it not list them here? Is it under helmets? Oh, it's under headwear. No, that's handwear. Headwear. Iron helms. Handwear. Okay, fine. Kinda wish it listed armor all under armor, but... Oh, what was that thing? JM. Okay, they're all listed, so they'll all be done. Can they do things concurrently? Or if something's infinite, will they keep doing that and never get to the iron gauntlets? I'll increase the priority of that. I feel like they could do multiple things at once, because it's not like it's filling up the workshop for everything else. Because there are different places to work. Who's the unlucky dwarf who's got to drag that giant cave spider's body upstairs? Oh, you got a strange mood. Did I actually see that? Oh yes, Odom has claimed a workshop, and he's been taken by Fey Mood. They can do them more concurrently, it's only limited by workshop space. Cool. If you can kick a Kia, then you're more than ready to join the other more elite squads. Don't have very high standards. Look, there's some Kias right now. Little buggers are probably flying around up in the air. Yep. Walk. Look at them. Ugh. I'm ready to make off with all of my goods. Okay. Did you make it to the hospital? You did. You're resting. But you are pale, and... Prepare easy meal 2 has been completed. We need refined coal. I suppose... Yeah, fine. Well, we ran out of charcoal again. There we go. Combat log. Oh yeah. Giant cave spider. Here we go. Artery has been opened by attack and tendon has been torn. Look at this log. Giant cave spider bites the hammer dwarf in the head, but the attack is deflected by the hammer dwarf's bismuth bronze helm. Giant cave spider latches on firmly. Shakes the hammer dwarf around by the head. Artery in the head has been opened, tendon and skull has been torn. Shakes it by the head. Latches on firmly, latches on firmly. Pigtail hood's been ripped to shreds. Charges at the human pikeman. The human pikeman jumps away, misses the human pikeman. Human pikeman punches the giant cave spider in the left first foot because he didn't actually have a pike. Force pulls the left first leg. Latches on firmly and shakes him around. It's just latches on firmly. Yep. The flying steel bolt strikes the giant cave spider in the abdomen, tearing the muscle and tearing the guts. That one bolt fired by that guy must have done a very good job. Yeah, it just looks sick. Vomits, retches, vomits, retches. Spear dwarf has been found dead. Vomits, retches. I didn't know spiders could throw up. Shoots out thick strands of webbing. Bites the marked dwarf in the head. Venom is injected into the marked dwarf's blood. Flying iron bolt strikes the giant cave spider in the left. I think he killed that one, actually. Yeah. It's just destruction for pages. Where's Butteries? There we go. Bites the spear dwarf in the head, but the attack is deflected by the pigtail hood. Latches on firmly, shakes the spear dwarf around by the head, and the upper spine collapses. Loses hold of the iron shield and iron spear. Well, yeah. Gives into pain, just latches on and shakes them around until their upper spine's torn, and then they just die. So, it was a rather brutal end for him. He had all the equipment, but then he got his spine injured early on in the battle, and he just dropped his spear and shield and couldn't defend himself. So, fought valiantly, tried their best. It's probably entombed over here now. Actually, no. We're gonna have to create some more burial places. There we go. You, fish cleaner, mining, turn off masonry. You've been randomly selected. Actually, maybe not. Someone else with less tasks. Fisher dwarf. Yep. Milling. There we go. Got now a miner. And we need one more. We have another peasant? We do. Is that an egg? There we go. Why is the combat log still highlighted? Oh, you see that up in the top there. Marked dwarf is fighting. Oh, they're shooting Kias. I was near a trade depot. It pleases me. Dang it, the Kias have come to swoop in. Trade a request, please. Hey, look, there's a dead Kia outside the fortress. There. Will they actually cancel those if they can't finish them? No, they will not. I don't think. That's good. You're my liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. There isn't much to share. Begin discussion. What do I want? Don't really need anything from you right now. We can make anvils, we don't really need that. Okay, if I go to bars... Where is it? It's not under metal bars, no. We could do with some more fuel sources. So, maybe if I tell you to bring wood. Where is it? Wood. Yeah, just... I don't know. Bring more wood. Doesn't really matter what wood. I'm not going to go through that entire list. Well, it's not that long, actually. I mean, this actually increases the cost of it as well, so... Eh. Because they're like, we must need this! Shift helps. Does it? Not seeing any difference. Oh, that's enough wood. And that's fine, whatever. Look over documents. Yep. What do you want me to export? Figurines, shield bucklers, cloth and goblets. Okay. Okay. We need to trade, but our broker's not there. You have no job. Oh, you're down there. No, I would like you to go to the trade depot. Oh, are you attending a meeting? Possibly? That's the room of the, No, that's your room. Okay. Also, chest. Cabinet. Weapon rack. Armor stand. There we go. And we'll put some more engravings in there to nicen it up a bit. Do I actually have... Yeah, trader requested at depot. Broker cannot access depot. Why alert still on? Yes it is. Why are people doing things outside? Oh. Odom has begun a mysterious construction. Really? Just now? You don't have that much. Giant rat mangled bone. Okay. When did we have a giant rat? Well, trade. Greetings. What have you got? Iron bars, bronze bars, platinum bars. Yeah, let's get some platinum. Why not? It is beakers. Obsidian bound codex. That's pretty cool sounding. What's this? Object menaces with spikes of reindeer antler. Image of rings and pipe opal. A one-page cultural history. World without civilization. There's a lot of one-page books. Microclimb bound codex. One-page essay. I suppose maybe if they're not very skilled writers, they probably just create one-page things. Get some backpacks. Muskrat box. What's it? Naked mole dog brain. I have got a bunch of anvils, but we could just make them. Some iron anvils, actually. Wooden anvils, yes. Some iron anvils actually might be just good to get, because they're kind of expensive to make on their own. They require a fair bit of iron to make. I think it's like 3 bits of iron. Not much, but... we could do with some more cloth, perhaps. Get some that one. And... that leather bin. There we go. No, I'm giving them a fair bit in exchange, but yeah. Get some bags too, because bags are always useful. Why is that pigtail bag so expensive? That's 770. It's a pigtail bag. Made from pigtail cloth. Thread is midnight blue with dimpled dye. This object menaces with spikes of black pyrope. Clear zircon and groundhog bone. I suppose all the gems on it would increase its value a fair bit. Giant aardvark leather bag, sure. I've never really had that much, I don't know. I've never really had the focus to set up a, like a bag creating industry of my own. Or like, just like a cloth industry of my own. Creating all the clothes and all that seems like a massive hassle. And I've never really bothered. I mean, if you want to create clothes to like, for your hundreds of, mind. What's wrong with you? Oh, I think you just caught in some webs. You want to create clothes for like 200 dwarves. I don't see how you can keep on top of that. At least in the base game. Okay. Eat. Okay. Use for burial. Allow pets, no. Make tomb. And that can be for buttery. Okay. See you. Thank you. Hopefully we won't lose this session. But stranger things, well, not stranger things, but it can happen. Okay, just coffins for everyone who might have died. There we go. And I'm probably going to give 3 more minutes to this and then I'll swap over to Warhammer 2 Total War for a bit. Or around that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. How are you? Are you happy with your room now, Captain of the Guard? You are. Well done. We don't have a hammerer. I don't really want to designate a hammerer. Because that means the justice system gets activated. And, you will be a hammerer. I haven't got a hammerer. What's this hammerer you speak of? I know nothing called a hammerer. I've mentioned earlier, Dwarven justice is, meted out very randomly. But, well, okay. Not randomly. Dwarven justice can be very brutal. At the moment, we have 2 pending cases. Violation of production order and violation of production order. What this means is that Id and Zaneg here have had a production order which has not been completed. And so a dwarf from our fortress, randomly designated, Asted Uzol in this case, the chief medical dwarf and efficient dwarf, have been picked as the ones which will take the punishment for the fortress. However, it's waiting on me designating a hammerer to administer the hammering. What a hammerer does is, well, they have a hammer, and when there's an injured party and there's a person designated for accepting punishment for the crime, they take their hammer, go up to that person, and give them a big whack with the hammer. And that's not like, a light tap. That is a full smack, and that can kill dwarves, or at least severely injure them. It's, unpleasant to have, a hammer go up and just smack your best dwarf over the head with a hammer because they just got randomly selected to take the fall for the whole fortress. Not all dwarf punishment is like that, however. If you get another criminal or another crime, like a dwarf punches another criminal, or a dwarf punches another dwarf, then what happens? Then they can get given a sentence of like so many days in the prison, which you have to create as well. A prison, can just be like a room with a rope in it, and they get tied to it, and they have to stay in there for so many days. They get fed, but so, I mean, we could set up a prison over here. That's lighter. The hammerer is Dwarven justice is brutal. Okay. So, but I mean, the whole thing doesn't work unless you designate a hammerer. If you don't have a hammerer, then nobody can get hammerings. The carpenter created Bidokeshom, a date palm wood grate. She claims it is an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Godin Tempted Posts. They might get a negative thought from not having the punishment meted out, but What's this say? 10,800. Act silencers. This is a date palm wood grate. All craft dwarf ship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of white stork leather. This object is adorned with hanging rings of sheep wool and claystone, and menaces with spikes of orange wood, guava wood, and giant rat bone. On the item is an image of oval cabochons in date palm wood. The game dev has a good choice in music, as this track is a good track but doesn't get old. It is a very good track. It was actually performed by Tarn Adams, the creator of Dwarf Fortress, years and years ago. I believe there is only 2 tracks in Dwarf Fortress. There's the one on the main menu, and there's this one which plays constantly during play. But it's rambling and in the background enough that you don't notice it, so it never really gets tiring. I suppose I should designate a hammerer. But then what do you want to make the hammer out of? You say iron. You can't make hammers out of wood. Each material has a density and a weight attached to it. So if you want a really good hammer, you might create a hammer out of silver. Because silver is very heavy. Make the hammer out of uranium. Ooh! Someone was interrupted by a troll. Did you kill the troll? There is a troll corpse there. I think you did. Well done. Is there any others? There's a cave crocodile. Okay. Is there uranium in this? I say that like it's that's kind of a stupid question. No, there isn't, but there is there is like the ore of it. I think there is. I can't remember what the ore of uranium is. There's saltpeter, which is what you use to get like potassium nitrate. You know, if it was in the game, you could get like gunpowder from that, but let me see. Cobaltite, cryolite, gypsum, hornblende. Hornblende, is that it? No. Orpiment, Pericles, petrified wood, pitchblende. Yeah, pitchblende is an ore in uranium. While it cannot be smelted in Dwarf Fortress, it is often used for decorative purposes within nuclear reactors and mega projects. So, you can get pitchblende, but you can't do anything with it. It's just a purple rock. Object is adorned. Yep, we've seen that. Okay. Special materials are great for the hammer dwarf specifically. Yeah, there are some stupidly heavy. There's one thing in particular which is stupidly dense. If you were able to make a hammer out of it. As well as another material which is not actually that good for making hammers out of. I don't think. Let's see what the wiki says about hammers. The hammerer is a noble who serves as the executioner of your fortress. They possess no room or furniture requirements. Normally a dwarf that has committed a crime will be subject to justice at the hands of your sheriff, later the captain of the guard, who will imprison the criminal in jail. However, if the crime was particularly fun, the hammerer will execute the criminal by using a chain to restrain them, and then using a weapon that uses a hammerman's combat skill to deliver a number of hammer strikes. In most cases, a warhammer. While this typically results in the death of the criminal, it is possible for a particularly lucky and tough dwarf to survive the hammering, in which case they are released. The hammerer is generally reserved for particularly heinous crimes, such as dwarves murdering one another, or for dealing with discovered vampires. Hammerers are an ineffective way of killing vampires, however, as most non-military dwarves are not strong enough. Yada yada yada. If you're not willing to get your dwarves potentially killed by the justice force, it's best not to simply not assign a hammerer at all. If you want a hammerer but would prefer to use the chances of dwarves surviving hammer strikes, avoid letting them get their hands on a warhammer that's of high quality and made of some good metal like steel or silver, and give them something of poorer or better quality instead. Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't know that they actually needed a chain in a cell, in a jail. Previously, I think they just went up to the dwarf and smacked them with the hammer. And it's super light, like hitting dwarves with a big pile. Yeah, well, yes. I think we're actually thinking of two different things there. I think one of them is a material you can make hammers out of. The other one, the one I'm thinking of, which is really dense. You might be able to make things out of it, but you'd have to cheat them in. Because it's a stone. And you can't really get it in main normal gameplay, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'm being purposely vague here. But it's not like people can't look this up on the wiki if they wish to. I wouldn't actually know. My knowledge of music is not the best, sadly. People are collecting all that stuff. Someone died, actually. Mark's dwarf has been found dead. Amos is still having personal issues. Poor guy. Hey, we got this giant cave spider corpse on the pedestal over here. Oh, you're thinking of the, yeah. Yeah, you're thinking of the, special thing. I don't think we've got anything else to trade. No, we moved stuff from there, that's fine. Do we have restraints? Yeah, we should. Yeah, V. We have ropes. Rope reed ropes. That sounds so... what's it called? Redundant. What's our bars like? Iron bars, charcoal, coke. Okay, we've got 33 coke. That's good. Make coke from lignite. Forge iron greaves. Are you actually doing those jobs? JM. 8. You are actually completing those. Well done. No flux? I do have flux. I have marble lower down, but I'm just getting my dwarves outfitted in iron first, and then I'll go to steel. So, it's been taking a while to get that all done. Smooth this out. Kind of would just smooth out my entire fortress, but yeah. Actually, go down here. Oh, that's a smelter. Oh, the smelters actually take up the jobs. Okay. Interesting. It actually gets applied to multiple smelters. Hmm. Wrong one. There. There. And there. How's our farms going over here? Actually, I could do this as well, couldn't I? Let me see. J, M, new order. Make charcoal. I would like 10 conditions. Add order condition. What? No. Add item condition. Add frequency? No. Restarts if completed conditions checked daily. Amount of items available is at least... Oh, jeez. Change traits. What's that do? Fine. Add item condition. No. Remove that. Delete condition. Change item type. Amount of items available is at least... sure, well, change item type. Amount of... Can't I say... Oh, coal? No. Oh, that's not... Ugh. I want to have it so that if there's less than, if there's, like, 0, then they'll create some more. Change inequality. Amount of items available is at most 0. No. Greater than 0. No. Less than 0. Exactly 0. Is not 0. Is at least 0. Fine, that's fine. Amount of refined coal available is at most 10. Add conditions for products. Yeah, because charcoal creates refined coal, doesn't it? Was it? I'm so confused. Amount of logs. Yeah, okay, so you can restrict it so that if there's only so many logs, they don't make any. It could get really quite complicated with this. Let's just get rid of that and get rid of that. Amount of refined coal. Add order condition. No. Change inequality is less than 10. This is all so above me. I can't be bothered. Get rid of that. Remove. Whatever. I was going to be all fancy and have it so that it's like extra, but the menus are just a bit daunting. I'd have to have more time. I'd have to spend some more time reading up on how it works exactly and getting my head around the terminology because I'm just getting confused. So I'd like to automate the process of creating some potash for my farms. If we have too little available. Yeah, poor guy. We have some petitions. Yes, yes. Can I designate that place as a prison? No. Okay, just remove that zone then. I think you create that from a rope. Make room. Used by justice, yes. There we go. Make room, shrink. Oh, you can attach pets and all that to ropes. So you can have like guard dogs guarding the entrance to your fortress, which is actually useful because they can detect hidden enemies better than your dwarves can. Or you could have like war bears, which you've trained, tied up outside your fortress. Or even dragons, if you're lucky enough to get some. Or get one. Was that a corpse I saw? Imush. Being found dead. Oh, he died down here? Okay. Sometimes we've got to be careful. We haven't actually had any problems with that so far. Let me just find the right menu. View cold cases. Recent crimes. Okay. So there's no past cases which are unresolved. I was going to stop this. I got caught up in it again. Fine. Well, we've got some of our production here going, which is good. Fought off a giant cave spider. Our military is proving themselves. We have rooms for all of our nobles. We have our trade going. We have a nice amount of iron bars and all that, which is nice for construction. And we have the beginnings of a prison over there, just in case we need to lock someone up. Which could happen. We'll put a door on these cells also, so that anyone who gets in there, we can lock the door and, well, it's for thematic purposes. A spear dwarf has grown attached to an iron spear. Oh, also, when we're creating gauntlets and high boots, it actually creates a pair, so you don't need to create the left boot and the right boot, or the left gauntlet and the right gauntlet separately. It's actually creating both of them at the same time. So, I think it stores them separately. Yeah, creates both of them, but they're stored separately, so... Anyway, things seem to be going on pretty well. We've got... Everyone's worshipping down there. I still haven't really created any more instruments for them. Made some more beds for everyone. Our nobles have their rooms and they're all happy with them. We don't have any mandates outstanding. We could probably do with some more wood. But I think I'll leave that for next time. Ugh. I'm glad that giant cave spider didn't kill too many people, which I cared about. I mean, it killed Buttery. Poor guy. Ah, he ran down there all eager to... I think he was putting someone's corpse in the tomb. And our broker ran down there too. Good thing they didn't die. Or was it a mare? I don't know why those two were first upon the scene. But thankfully, the giant cave spider didn't kill any of the rest of our military squad. It was sufficiently injured by the various monster hunters who failed in their task to kill it. So yes. But that will do it for Dwarf Fortress for tonight. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. And I hope you'll join me again next time. When... we'll probably end up outfitting all of our dwarves. And, I don't know. Maybe go down another level of the caverns, because there are more caverns deep underground, and we'll have a look at what other resources we have further down. And I'm going to have to continue building the tower above ground, which I was going to have some marks dwarves positioned in to overlook the entrance. We also beat off our first siege from goblins. It was a very small one. There was only 6 dwarves, and our military dwarves again proved their worth and managed to defeat them without any casualties. One of our dwarves did get injured though, but I think they've since been fixed up. So yes, but that will be it for Dwarf Fortress for tonight. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. I'll stop the recording here.